Well, hey neighbors, welcome to the Shed Shop. In this edition of I'm tired as hell, as usual, and in agonizing pain, but I don't know what the hell else to do. I changed shirts. It's my son's birthday, August 3rd. I haven't seen him in 10 years. Very long story. I have 49% custody. I religiously pay my child support. She's been charged with contempt multiple times for not following the court order. But yet, because our legal system and our justice system is so corrupt, so filthy, vile, dirty, disgusting, deceptive, deceiving, full of lying judges, power-hungry, filthy animals that shouldn't even be called human beings. I don't get to see my son because of all that bullshit, even though I have every right to see him. That being said, what are we going to do? Well, I have this ms180. I have 064 fever neighbors. I guess that's how the damn video should have started. This is part of the 064 fever lot. This is an ms180. Is it a C? It is an ms180C. And this all starts and runs. I've started it. The guy started it in front of me. I've started it in front of other neighbors. So it does start. What? How dare you say I'm a liar? Oh, port wine. Fine. Neighbor, do you have gas in you or did you already drain you? Since Bo called me a liar, of course, these carburetors are garbage, but there you go. It runs, but what's he got on it? Bar oiler, not oiling. So basically, I should know this all pretty well. I want to see how the hell fast I can tear this thing down. But as we tear down, we're going to inspect things, throw away things that are garbage. And normally I would make a list of what I need to replace, but I'm making a mental list in my head to write down at the end of the video. But we're going to focus our assessment as we tear down on our oiling system and see if we identify the obvious reason the saw is not oiling. That way, after we clean it and put it all back together, we won't have an oiling issue. That's the hope. So that being said, I hope I have everything I need, and I can usually do these in less than an hour. If I've done several of them recently, I can do them really fast. I've not torn one of these down too recently, but I've partially torn one down, so I should be able to do it pretty quick. And if not, well, I guess I should find another job. Oh wait, I don't have a job. I have a hobby. And this is it. This is how I deal with. I can't sit still and lay in bed with my agonizing pain, because then this agonizing pain and this agonizing pain over the fact that it's my son's birthday make it hard. So let's get to work, damn it, neighbors. Okay guys, before we start the clock, one more quick thing. Go in the comments down below and say, without cheating, comment right now how long you think it's going to take me to tear this completely down. The only thing I might not do is split the motor, and that doesn't include tearing apart the carburetor. So you guys comment down below what you think. How long is it going to take? Like, subscribe, share, and then again, go comment down below. Turn on a bell so you get all my crazy videos. Okay, let's see. We're at 4 minutes. Let's get to work, damn it, neighbors. All right, so again, this is largely just not going to be super educational. It will be somewhat, but our top cover, move your switch out of the way, turn your knob, throw that in our box. Air filter's not terrible, but we're going to replace it with the higher quality one. Throw that in the box. 2 8 back here. We'll see how much we can get out of our way before we get to our oiling system. I really should have drained the fuel. I have a customer neighbor that actually walked off with my hemostats on his saw. Long story, not going to get into it but right now anyways. But if you just once that's loose, if you can just turn your throttle lever, you can pull your throttle cable out or your choke lever out, This just pops up. Be careful you don't break your plastic. Okay, slide that out of there. And disconnect our kill switch wire. Then our carburetor will come off. Our fuel line is going to want to squirt us. We'll need to plug that for now, neighbors. Okay, there's that. There's a little plastic thing in here you don't want to lose. We are going to need to hold on to that. Okay. Go ahead and get our sprocket cover out of the way. Clutch cover, some people call it. Chain brake cover, some people call it. You call it what the hell you want to call it. Damn. That should be off by now. Okay, that was weird. I don't know that I've ever had to pry one of those out of that little hole. This just slides right off, even though it's an easy adjust, okay? So what I'll do is I'll turn it all the way right, which is loosen in this case. Take that off, get that out of our way. All right, next, this dust cover for the brake cover just pops right off, okay? There's no screws there. You can pop your E-clip, remove your washer. Sprocket might come easy, might not, it does. Clutch bearing, okay, get you a 3/4. Righty tighty, should pop right off. It's not going to. We're not going to mess with the clutch just yet because it doesn't want to come right away. Okay, we're going to have to do some other things. All right, let's see. We're not removing that. We can go ahead and remove our muffler. Be careful when you remove these bolts. They can strip easy and break easy. You'll have the front screen of your muffler. There's your spark screen. There's your heat shield right here. Okay. Usually easier to unhook that way. It looks like this saw, yeah, the piston looks great. Looks fantastic. I will decide last minute probably whether I want to go ahead and remove our go ahead and split our motor or not, because this looks like it's not been used much. Okay, there's a lot to removing these recoils, but I'm going to go ahead and get it off so we can get other parts off, even though I'm going to have to do a couple of double steps here, okay? Because you have to remove the caps to get the recoil off. This thing is full of fluids. I got to get better at draining my fluids before I work on stalls. I think once I have the bigger building, if this freaking neck pain doesn't completely destroy me, which it might, and it probably will actually, I don't know, we'll see. I think I'll be able to be better at draining fluids because it won't be such a hard task. Okay, here is our little cork seal for our oil cap that doesn't want to come off. Annoying bastard. Thank you. Okay, there's that. Okay. Probably could have went ahead and got our handle out of the way. Would have made this easier. Damn, it wants to fight me. Alright, so now we'll just go ahead and put our caps in for now so our fluids don't spill. Our fuel tank can go ahead and come right out. Okay, just over your line like that and it will pull right out. Not much fuel in it. Our oil we want to leave right now because we want to look at our system, but that means we got to get our clutch off. But the thing is, I want to get this damn flywheel off because these things shear so damn easy. And so when I'm pulling that clutch, I don't want this to be able to shear. So I want to take it off right now, okay? I thought I had a 1/2 inch and a 13 mil over here. I've apparently put them away. So for this, we're using our 13 mil. Now, loosen our nut. Okay, just grab you some needle nose or some pliers. Grab your flywheel. And I should have my big hammer, but I can't reach. A good tap will usually loosen it. Well, that did not work, not yet. Okay, that time we got her. Okay, so go ahead and remove that. Yeah, these crankshaft seals look incredible. I probably won't split. Well, no, that one almost looks crooked. I don't know. See, I can't get caught up in examining that right now. that is the part of the problem. Okay, now to get my clutch and stuff off, I am going to go ahead, and that comes out right there. It just sits there loose. Be careful, these little clips on this do break easy, and then that means that rattles around more. I'll go ahead and get our spark plug out. That way I can get a rope down here. Okay. And basically this will help hold our piston in place so that we can actually get our clutch off. And I probably should have sprayed it. Okay, so this is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It's reverse thread, so it's righty-loosey, I mean. Okay, there we go, excellent. Not too much of a battle for the clutch. Then you'll have your, what they call your clutch rotor washer, and then your worm gear. Here is our actual oiler. Oil pump back here, and it's nothing more than a manual oil pump. A lot of times with these, the problem is down here. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we might as well go ahead and get our chain brake parts off real quick. Take this little E-clip off right here. We need to, let's see, is our spring decompressed? It is not. We'll go ahead and pop our spring off. Be careful, don't shoot your eye out, kid. Okay, take the arm off. Is what they call this, I think. Move it there, like so. Okay, and then you got your little plastic spacer, and then you can get your chain brake band out with needle nose pliers. Grab it here, okay, just like so. Twist it off of there, and then it's easier if you can get these to lift up at the same time. So I usually get me something under that because it just makes it easier. Otherwise, they get. And then you've got your flat spring back here. This one looks really good. But I will probably replace it actually. Alright, now, next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and remove our handle, because what we want to see next is I didn't see anything during this whole process that shows me any obvious reason our oil system should not work. So now we're going to look under here. So we have to take these little plastic, what they call AV buffs out. Okay, and you can just pop those out kind of like with a screwdriver. Okay, just be careful. Oftentimes if you can get them started with a screwdriver and get like your needle nose behind them, sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. These ones are very dry. Never easy, these ones. Oh, damn. Okay, a couple more. I really should be doing Rob Weaver's saw right now. I was gonna do it the other night, but I had issues as usual with various different things. Okay, this AV mount back here feels like it might be bad. We won't know until we get it completely out, or our handle completely removed. Okay, there's that one. Now, these also can be kind of a pain to get through. You're just gonna kind of work them through. Okay, there's that one. This one is really over. There's that one. And then there's that one. Okay. I don't see our line unhooked down here. That's really perplexing as to why our system is not oiling. Let's see. The one thing I didn't look at, sometimes our worm gear is not lined up with our sprocket anymore. It gets worn off. I don't think that's the case here, but let's check. I think that actually could potentially be our problem. It's barely grabbing it. They do barely grab. But this one is in a way that I can see. I won't be able to show you guys, probably. But it's in a way I'm willing to bet it's not grabbing it enough. That's just one possibility. Okay, for now. The only other thing we can actually check is sometimes these get stuck. It could have simply been that. and therefore we can't equalize the pressure, and sometimes it's literally nothing more than that can't get air in there. This duckbill gets stuck closed. I'll show you guys what I mean. It's just a duckbill. Sometimes it gets stuck so air can't come in. Okay, that could have been it, but normally I can tell if they're stuck by opening the cap and looking at them. I forgot to look at that one. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and unhook our line from down here and make a mess. Okay, that comes out of like that, and then we can pull our oil tank out. Alright, like so. And then the other thing will end up being checked. I don't even see oil coming through. There's no oil in the hose whatsoever. That is our problem. We're not getting oil to pass through our system right here. It should just naturally flow. Sorry, neighbors, should naturally flow to this hose. Yeah, that feels 100% plugged. Should we use a vacuum hose and just check? Where's my broken Chino vacuum pressure tester? Because we don't care about that one. Do I still have that out here? I do. Let me grab that, neighbors. Pause you real quick. Okay, all I'm going to do is put this on vacuum. This thing doesn't work right anymore, but we'll still pull vacuum. So I don't care if like oil ends up spurging up into it. I just want to pull a vacuum and see. Yeah, like look, this thing is plugged up. It's just plugged up. That should pull oil through. We should have oil spewing through this line already. But we don't. We can't even vacuum anymore. This thing is 100% plugged up. Okay. So I know that's our oil issue. Okay, yeah, this thing is plugged up. Okay, so should we get a jar? Let me pause you again. Okay, here we go, neighbors. This is, well, hell, I guess I didn't have to turn you. I do need to turn you, but I need to get this set up. Hang on, sorry. I haven't made a small funnel with a screen yet, so I just sometimes have to grab what's available, and I have the car one, and so I've been using that. I don't very often strain fluids. It's more often oil to see if there's metal shreds in it on like lawnmowers and stuff. But so anyways, we're just gonna drain this oil and screen it and try and figure out why our chit is plugged up. The oil looks pretty clean. The inside, oh, I see already right now. I can tell you right now, our hose is kinked. You see down in there? This is an excellent opportunity, neighbors, to learn. You see down in here, right here, this filter that you're about to see me pull out, you can see the shadow of it in here. This hose goes in here and right here and kinks around like that. Okay, that filter is supposed to be over here. That pickup body is supposed to be over here. So this is not always easy. So somebody at one point has probably replaced this line, and what happens is you just shove it in there. You really have to get this thing. Oh, I'm messing up my Chino broken vacuum pressure tester. You have to get it to turn the corner this way. See that? See how deformed that is from being kinked over for so long? Okay, it's been like that. That's been our problem 100%. That's why this thing didn't oil, neighbors. Okay, so when we put this in, what we need to do, damn, you still got a lot of oil in you. Okay, where's your cap? Let me clean that mess up. Okay, we got that. I'm going to put my cap back in. Okay, and what I'm trying to explain to you is you have to get this thing. You also have to know which way this is going to face when you install this, okay? Which way your tank is. This has to be facing up, okay? So when you install this, you have to get it. You just kind of have to shimmy it, okay? Sometimes it takes a minute, okay? You have to get it to turn that corner. You can see it through the tank even though this one's dirty, and you just have to work it until it gets around that corner. There's no getting around it. I've done that before. I thought, ah, screw it, it'll be fine, because it didn't seem kinked. But see, even me, I struggle, neighbors, okay? That is the reality of it. You just have to work with it, okay? Till it turns that corner. We could be here a minute. There we go. See? That's it. See how it's down there now? Right there. See that? That's how it needs to be, okay? That was our problem. Guarantee it. That was our oiling system issue. Our hose had a kink in it. Alright, so now we're just basically going to clean these parts up. Now we know that's not an issue anymore. But I'll clean that whole tank in an ultrasonic bath like I normally do. I mean, the oil was, it had a little bit of debris in it, but never enough to clog up a pickup body like that. So I know that wasn't our problem. Let me get this out of our way. And then the final thing we're gonna do, whoops, throwing hardware neighbor's shit. And the reason I didn't bag and tag this hardware or put it in an organizer is because I know these saws fairly well, and most of the hardware on it is fairly universal. And I have lots of extra too, so if I lose it, oh well. Okay, so we'll throw all this in here, and then we're gonna go ahead and dismount our motor and take the last couple of rubbers off of this thing so that we can clean it in solvent without destroying anything. Whoops, we don't need you in there. Don't need you anymore, but we'll keep you for now. Okay, now that we got all that done, put our chain brake handle in our box. That should be all of that. We will go ahead and take a T27, and I like these little saws, these small Stihls, because the wow, there's a screw missing. Okay. The reason I like these is because the whole motor, we've got to push our intake boot through. We got to be careful with this, not to stab it and break it. I have more, but these are usually good. They're small ones. They're usually still pretty good to reuse, and I'd rather have a used good OEM one than a used or a new aftermarket. Okay, but the OEMs are not cheap. They're not cheap. Okay. So, then we should just be able to, why is our motor not just coming off? Let me look, see if we missed something. We did not. It should. Neighbors, lift right off now. There we go. Whoops. Two. It doesn't want to let go of the intake boot. Damn. Yeah, it doesn't want to let it go. Okay, there we go. There probably is some of this stuff easier ways to do it. Sometimes I actually forget easier ways, and then I look at the film and I'm like, oh shit, why did I do it that way? I know better. But that is just the way it is. I thought I just disconnected you. Okay, there we go. There's our chassis. Take these last couple of rubbers out. Right here. Damn. Most saw guys I talked to are like, yeah, F that, I'm not taking that little thing out. Well, I have to most of the time, because it makes the cleaning process easier. If this AV mount is good, removing it will keep it good. Because little $7 and $10 bills of these add up very quickly. And the solvent isn't exactly always nice to rubbers. Okay, we've got this little one back here, which I usually leave that one in. It's never been an issue. Okay, and then this one, the stop is back there. And that could be like 5 minutes. I could wrestle with that. So for sake of time, I'll pull that one on my own real quick. One last look at our piston. It looks good. I've got fuzz in there now, but it looks very good. It looks very young. This crankshaft seal's not as clean. That's our clutch side though, but I mean that thing is just looks almost brand new. So sometimes it's hard. I'm like, should I really split that and put Formatec seals in it? Sometimes I don't want to. I might not. We'll see. Okay, that's basically it. So how'd we do? 24 minutes, and I bet you we tore that saw down in about 20 minutes. Not too bad. Listen, guys, I close with what I close with for a reason. Life is hard, and all too often we don't share our hard lives with each other because we don't want people to say we're bitching or this or that or blah 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 blah. It don't work that way. Let's carry these burdens together. I got a lot of them, and I'm sure you guys do too. But I got really bad luck. That's why I share my burdens with you. So be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. I love all 8 billion of you, even though I fucking suck at it, and even though I hate most of your character, including hating most of my character. That doesn't negate the fact that you're my neighbors, and I love you. So let's keep trying to persevere, neighbors. Chainsaw Redeemer's hurting like hell.